Hello, my dear friend. How are you feeling today? Have you ever caught yourself wondering how much time you really have left? Maybe it happens when you wake up feeling more tired than usual, or when climbing the stairs leaves you out of breath in ways it never used to. It's natural to think about longevity as we get older, but here's the truth: how long you live isn't just about luck or genetics. It's about the choices you make every single day. The good news? You have more control than you think. Small daily habits can either add years to your life or quietly take them away. Some of these habits might seem harmless at first, but over time, they can slowly chip away at your health, energy, and even your happiness. That's why today, we're going to talk about 7 common habits that could be shortening your lifespan after 60, according to science. And don't worry, this isn't about scaring you. It's about empowering you. Because once you recognize these habits, you can start making simple changes that will help you feel stronger, sharper, and more alive. So let's start with one habit that many people don't even realize is a problem: sitting too much. Now, you might be thinking, of course I sit. I'm retired, I've earned the right to relax. And you have. But here's the thing: our bodies weren't designed to sit for long periods. When we do, our circulation slows down, our muscles weaken, and even our heart health takes a hit. Studies have shown that prolonged sitting is linked to higher risks of heart disease, diabetes, and even premature death. But what if you have mobility issues or you just don't feel like standing all day? You don't have to. The solution isn't to eliminate sitting, it's to break it up. Stand up every 30 minutes, even if it's just a stretch. Walk around the house, march in place while watching TV, or do a few gentle leg lifts. These small movements keep your body engaged and help counteract the negative effects of sitting. Now, let's talk about something even more surprising: skipping meals. A lot of people assume that eating less automatically leads to better health, but that's not always true. Skipping meals, especially as we age, can actually be harmful. When you go too long without eating, your blood sugar levels drop, making you feel weak, dizzy, and fatigued. Over time, this habit can slow down your metabolism, leading to muscle loss and even increasing your risk of falls and fractures. And here's the kicker: many older adults unintentionally eat less because they don't feel as hungry as they used to. Maybe your appetite isn't what it once was, or you just don't feel like cooking for one. But your body still needs fuel. The key is to focus on nutrient-dense foods that give you energy without weighing you down. Think about small, balanced meals with protein, healthy fats, and fiber, like a handful of nuts with yogurt, or a bowl of oatmeal with berries. Now that we've covered the dangers of sitting too much and skipping meals, let's talk about another habit that can quietly harm your health: not getting enough sleep. Not getting enough sleep might seem like a minor inconvenience, but over time, it can take a serious toll on your health. You might tell yourself, "I'm just not as tired as I used to be," or "I'll catch up later," but your body doesn't work that way. Sleep isn't just about resting, it's when your body repairs itself. It's when your brain clears out toxins, your immune system strengthens, and your heart gets a much-needed break. Research shows that consistently getting fewer than 6 hours of sleep per night can increase the risk of heart disease, memory loss, and even a shorter lifespan. And yet, so many people over 60 struggle with sleep. Maybe it's harder to fall asleep, or you wake up multiple times during the night. Sound familiar? The good news is, you don't need to rely on sleeping pills to fix this. Simple changes can make a big difference. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Avoid screens at least an hour before bed, because the blue light from phones and TVs can trick your brain into thinking it's daytime. And if you often find yourself lying awake, try a relaxing bedtime routine, maybe reading a book, listening to soft music, or practicing deep breathing. Now, let's talk about something that many people don't even realize is hurting their health: chronic stress. Stress isn't just a mental burden, it has real, physical effects on your body. When you're constantly worried, your body stays in fight or flight mode, flooding your system with stress hormones. This raises your blood pressure, weakens your immune system, and even speeds up aging. And here's something important: stress doesn't have to come from big, dramatic events. It can come from daily frustrations, worrying about finances, feeling lonely, or even just watching too much negative news. You might not even notice it's happening, but your body does. So what can you do? The first step is awareness. Pay attention to how you feel. Do you often feel tense? Do you have trouble relaxing? If so, it's time to take control. Try simple stress relief techniques, like going for a walk, journaling, or practicing gratitude. Even just taking a few minutes to breathe deeply and focus on something positive can lower your stress levels. And don't be afraid to reach out. Talking to a friend, family member, or even a support group can make a huge difference. And that brings us to something closely connected to stress: social isolation. Human beings are wired for connection, but as we get older, staying social can become more difficult. Maybe friends have moved away, family members are busy, or you just don't feel like going out as much. It's easy to fall into a routine of spending too much time alone. But studies show that loneliness isn't just an emotional issue, it's a health risk. In fact, social isolation has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, dementia, and even early death. It's as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. And yet, so many older adults struggle with this, often without realizing how much it's affecting them. The solution? Stay connected in ways that work for you. It doesn't have to mean big social events or constantly being around people. A simple phone call with a loved one, joining a community group, or even chatting with neighbors can help. And if you don't have a strong social circle, don't be afraid to seek one out. Many local organizations, churches, and online groups offer opportunities to connect. The key is to keep your mind and heart engaged with others. It doesn't just improve your mood, it can literally add years to your life. Staying connected with others is one of the most powerful things you can do for your health, but there's one more habit we need to talk about, one that often sneaks up on people without them realizing. And that's neglecting physical activity. Now, before you say, "I'm too old for exercise," or "my body isn't what it used to be," hear me out. Exercise doesn't have to mean lifting heavy weights or running marathons. It simply means moving your body in a way that keeps you strong, flexible, and energized. Here's why it matters. As we age, we naturally lose muscle mass, and our bones become weaker. If we don't stay active, our strength declines even faster. That's why so many people over 60 struggle with balance issues, joint pain, and stiffness. But the right kind of movement can slow down this process, sometimes even reverse it. And it doesn't take hours in the gym to make a difference. A simple daily walk, some gentle stretches, or light strength exercises can keep your muscles strong and your heart healthy. And here's something incredible: research shows that even just 20 minutes of movement a day can add years to your life. But if you're not used to exercising, where do you start? The key is to find something you enjoy. Maybe it's gardening, dancing to your favorite music, or even chair exercises while watching TV. The best exercise is the one you'll actually do. So start small, stay consistent, and remember, movement is medicine. Now, there's one more habit that we absolutely cannot ignore: not drinking enough water. It might sound simple, but dehydration is a serious issue for older adults. As we age, our sense of thirst decreases, meaning you might not even realize you're not drinking enough. But your body notices. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, confusion, joint pain, kidney issues, and even an increased risk of falls. And here's something many people don't know: chronic dehydration can also contribute to heart problems and high blood pressure. So how much water do you actually need? A good rule of thumb is at least 6 to 8 glasses a day, but it depends on your body and activity level. If plain water feels boring, try herbal tea, flavored water, or eating more hydrating foods like cucumbers, watermelon, and oranges. The key is to stay consistent and make hydration part of your daily routine. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on everything we've covered. The habits we've talked about today: sitting too much, skipping meals, not getting enough sleep, chronic stress, social isolation, avoiding exercise, and not drinking enough water, are all things that can quietly take years off your life. But the best part? They're all within your control. And that's what I want you to take away from this video. You are not powerless when it comes to your health. Small changes can make a huge difference. Start by picking just one habit to improve. Maybe today, you decide to take a short walk instead of sitting all afternoon. Or you make it a goal to call a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Little by little, these choices add up. Aging doesn't have to mean declining. It can mean thriving, feeling strong, staying sharp, living with purpose. And you deserve that. So now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these habits do you want to work on? Or maybe you've already made some changes that have helped you feel better. Share your experience in the comments. Let's learn from each other and support one another in this journey. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos about staying healthy, happy, and thriving after 60. Here's to living your best life at any age. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.